What's happening to everyone? I'm here with another video. Thanks to the Coach Gang for participating in and being active on my YouTube channel. Let's get started and discuss some of the things I've previously spoken about: me not dating, me not approaching gaming ladies, me not using dating apps. And everyone wonders how you're going to get peace, leave coach, and all these things, which I've covered in great detail. But this is something that I discussed in the live stream for men who are actually considering dating. You may be someone who is curious and has to go out to see if you can find that unicorn on those dating apps, and you're spending X amount of dollars for premium gold services. In addition to all of that, you might believe that you can find a potent unicorn in your future, despite the fact that none of your friends have ever owned one. You might also believe that the approach game is superior to a dating app game, which it probably is because the latter is successful and full of obese, single mothers. I understand that you feel like approaching women is going to be your best option, and while you might be able to filter out some of these toxic women, you're still going to have to sacrifice a lot of yourself while trying to find that balance. That's why I'm here creating videos for you to understand now. If you're a guy who holds out hope and believes that hope is a strategy for you, and you believe that there is some way your soulmate out there that you're going to meet, that it will be youth and an furl, and does monkey double backflips, and that's a good woman, and it's not toxic, what you need to understand is that even if that is the case, the laws, the perception of society, and the way that society sees you will still. It is a big sacrifice for you to commit to these people long term, which is why the Free Agent Lifestyle book stipulates that there should be no cohabitation, long-term relationships, or marriage, because they all don't balance out. However, if you're a guy who just can't get over the fact that you need a woman in your life, then what should you do? I need you to complete this outline. Take a piece of paper. I'm going to give you some homework. On one side, write pros. On the other, write cons. Then, draw a line down the middle. All right, now. You might also use what did you get and what did you give as headings instead of pros and cons, because often what is a pro for one person is a con for another. However, if you want to be completely objective, use what did you get vs what did you give on your piece of paper. And you're wondering, where is this going? I feel like I'm carrying the majority of the weight. She responds, I do everything in X, Y, and Z. Let's put it out on paper to see if it actually filters out. This is something that most people won't tell you, but at the end of the day, many of the things you give her are things that she can't say. You're gifting these things to me, or you're required to take your line paper, you put it down the middle, and you go to the column and write what did you give now. I want you to include everything that you give her, okay? And for all the good men out there, this is what you give her. You talk about every single date, every chance, where you go out to a movie, every time you go to the farmer's market, the fair or the festival or family event. Put all of those things down. These aren't things that these are definitely things that she's taking for granted. Women tend to take these things for granted, so I want you to list all the times you did them. If you live with her, mention all the bills you pay, the percentage you pay, the amount of rent you have, the security and provision you give her, and the frequency with which you do things she enjoys. All the little Valentine's gifts and expectations that you were giving her were meant to appease and amuse her. For Christmas, if you're a person who doesn't give any of this, I want you to write down on that piece of paper what you give right now, even nights out on Thanksgiving travel days. And because of the red pill knowledge you possess, you shouldn't be giving women any of this, but the monkey simp, the male, or the person using the hope strategy. You may already be giving her all of these things, which she has undoubtedly taken for granted now that you've finished filling out the form, and you'll have plenty of time to fill that thing up. Use the front and rear, men. That's what you need to do. All of the time you've given her, all of the weekends you've spent with her, all of the times you've acted as an emotional tampon for her, all of the times you've had to listen to her complain about her pointless job, or about Karen at her job, which is, causing her problems. All of these things are counseling, all of them psychologist jobs. Go to the opposite side of your page now and tell me what you received. I want you to be honest, open, and fair. Now, let's be fair. If your woman buys you clothes, shoes, and other items, put that down there. If your woman shows you more than intangible qualities, like loyalty, don't count that. Although that should be your top priority, she should at the very least be giving you that right now. Nothing can't be measured, so don't put it down. Love can't be measured, so don't put it down. Let's consider the negatives that she might bring up. Is she disrespecting or arguing with you in public? If so, that is something we could certainly put down because it happened. You might be able to put the days on that stuff as well as all the other toxic things she has ever brought up, such as putting you in domestic violence court, putting you on child support, or lying by omission. Let's talk about the benefits she might have brought, shall we? Does she pay for you? Does she pay for half of her meals when she dines out? Does she pay for all of your meals when she dines out like you probably did on your side? Does she pay for any portion of the dates? Does she buy you football tickets, movie passes, entertainment showcases, vegetables, and fairs? If you're a beta male orbiter, if you're not even getting this, she's probably giving you that peace lead, and the vast majority of you guys, that's all you're getting. You're only getting peace. Leave out of this whole thing. Now I told you what she's paying for half the groceries have to be, probably not paying for these things, all right. And you have a whole list over there now. The one thing I'm pretty sure she's giving you, and if you. However, most women don't bring those. Instead, they expect you to bring it out of charity. They want you to open your wallet so she can spread her legs, but ultimately, she won't even spread her legs the bulk of the time you spend with her. Instead, she just brings peace leaves to the table. So these women who come in here say, I give my man peace leave 5 times a day, all right. But that pretty much says you're taking up the vast majority of his time, as he's having to commit a lot of things and resources, time, energy, attention, all right. Which pretty much says you're taking up the majority of his time, as she will start making you do extra stuff on her side. He can be more of an emotional tampon because you keep providing him with peace leave. You can be providing him with additional peace leave, but it also means he is depriving himself of many other opportunities and things in order to keep receiving that. For those of you who want to look at me and say, Coach, this guy's out of his mind, all right, do your homework today. He probably needs to put in a lot more time, money, and energy to achieve that peace leave. I'm a millennial, and everything will be okay. I've got the hope tactic in place, but I've never seen a unicorn. Although none of my friends have unicorn girlfriends, it will eventually happen to me. So, guys, get it together. You have a new girlfriend, and you're sniffing that new piece of clothing. It feels good, and you don't want to think back to all the times these other guys have run through your girlfriend. I get it. You want to think she's the best. So this is it for today's video. I hope you guys liked today's video. See you in the next video. Peace out.